okay with how my hair looks at the start of a video? Probably not. Okay, let's get cozy. Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Chances are you might be new here because this is a little bit outside of my normal content. I am an actor, I'm a singer. I make mostly book content here, but I am getting married in 3 months, so I thought I would do a little wedding diary series. So this is the second episode of that. If you missed the first one, feel free to check it out. It was my first episode, so a lot of, booking vendors and finding my dress, etc., stuff like that. I will leave that up in one of those corners here. So I'm getting married in a little less than 3 months, which is actually insane. I'm getting married at the end of May. We booked our venue and our date at the end of November. So for all intents and purposes, it's been a pretty quick process. And I feel like all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's less than 3 months away. That's insane. All things considered, I feel like everything is on track. Like, I'm very afraid to say that. Trying to keep it as simple as possible, but still obviously be very special. This is my wedding planning glass. My sister gave this to me because she got married last year. A lot of good hand-me-downs. Yeah, so basically in this video, I kind of wanted to walk you through everything I've done in February so far. I did take some vlog footage that I'll intercut throughout just to kind of like keep it fun, keep it visually interesting for you. A pretty big focus of this month was jewelry because I finally got my ring resized, my engagement ring. Come on. This was my grandmother's engagement ring, and it was about a size too big on me. So I finally got it resized after like 7 months of not wearing the correct size, which is a relief. I don't fear God anymore. I don't fear that it's going to fall off my finger and, I'll lose it, because it has mostly sentimental value, obviously, as it's my grandmother's engagement ring. We also, Jean-Luc and I, selected our wedding bands this month. So a lot of like jewelry based thinking this month. And it kind of led me down this path of like, I'm into jewelry now. I had mostly gold jewelry before I got engaged. And as you can see, the engagement ring is white gold. And so for like the past several months, I've just been kind of like, I don't know how to wear jewelry anymore because of this white gold ring. So I'm just like not gonna wear any jewelry. I'm very like visually anal. The idea of like mixing metals started to come into my mind, and I started watching some videos on like how to do that, and I generally just kind of was stylistically confused. I'm like, I really want to wear jewelry. I'm turning 30 in like a few weeks. I kind of just wanted to like get some basic everyday jewelry that incorporated yellow gold but also went with my ring, because my ring is obviously everyday jewelry, and also my new wedding ring that I'm going to be stacking with it. So I was feeling a little lost. I was feeling a little dazed and confused. I wanted to elevate my jewelry look with some nice everyday pieces, and I just was completely unsure how to do that. And literally that week, I would say that I was kind of like, I'm having this crisis, but I'm also feeling inspired to fix things, to act, to go into action. And Luisa reached out to me and offered to send me some pieces. So I was like, you literally reached out at the perfect time. The 2 pieces they sent me were really great jumping off point to connecting my white gold engagement ring with some other yellow gold jewelry. So I quickly wanted to show you the 2 pieces that they sent me. So the first piece they sent me is this oren triple ring here on my ring finger. It's 14 karat gold on brass with cubic zirconia interlaced with it. So you kind of have this like yellow gold meets diamond look. And so I went back into my ring stack, and I have these 2 other rings here on my middle finger. One is from my dad's mom, the Irish one, and then the other one is actually my grandma's wedding band, which I'm not going to use as my wedding band. But it kind of just like got me inspired to start kind of experimenting with mixing the metals and, mixing the diamonds with the white gold with the yellow gold, like on my middle finger here. The 4 kind of diamond ring is white gold, and then obviously the one on top is yellow gold. So this ring really kind of inspired me to start mixing the metals through kind of the diamond feel. And so after I started mixing metals on my fingers, I got inspired to like expand it elsewhere. I also use this ring as a kind of safer version of my engagement ring, like when I go on a run, or like if I'm going somewhere and I don't necessarily want to wear like my diamond ring, feel a little safer traveling wise, I will wear this, and it's a really nice kind of alternative if I'm kind of looking to travel. So I got it sized for my ring finger. So I believe I got a size 6. The second piece that they sent me is this pair of earrings that I'm wearing now. I really like have not taken them off at all. These are the Suzanne earrings here. They're these little yellow gold huggies. Again, we have this kind of theme of incorporating yellow gold and more of a diamond look to tie everything in. This is 14 karat gold on sterling silver with cubic zirconia. And for me personally, like I really like the huggy feel just for like everyday jewelry. I don't like wearing super chunky jewelry every day. So these, like I've been showering with them. I haven't been taking them off at all. It's just been like a really easy kind of like everyday piece that is classy and like elevated, but also simple and elegant. And that's really what I am looking for like my everyday jewelry. So these two pieces were like a really great way for me to start tying in mixing metals, wearing my engagement ring, and also starting to wear and like incorporate more of my yellow gold jewelry back into my everyday wear, just because I have so much of it. I have more of like an olive undertone to my skin. So it's nice to kind of have these two pieces to start to be able to wear all of the other jewelry that I do have that I've been missing out on wearing because I didn't know what to do about mixing metals. I also posted this ring combo on my story, like this kind of stack, and I got so many compliments on it. So I'm very happy with the direction that I'm going, and I'm very inspired to kind of keep adding to my jewelry collection slowly over time with like good pieces. And what I really love about Ana Luisa is that it's unmatched quality, it's long lasting, but it's also like affordable and it's not going to break your bank account. They're hypoallergenic, which is great because I have very sensitive skin. I actually just had an experience where I broke out on my face and like had to get steroids for like a week. TMI, oversharing. But the point is I do have sensitive skin, so especially like on my ears, so I do have to get jewelry that is hypoallergenic. It's also water resistant and sustainable. Their designs start at just $39, and the more you spend, the more you save. So it's like, I think you buy one piece, it's like 10% off, 2 pieces is 20, 3 pieces is 25% off, and so forth. Don't quote me on those actual numbers, but it does, like the more pieces you add to your cart, the higher percentage you get off on them. Shipping is fast and free. I got these 2 pieces within 2 days within the US. The shipping is very affordable outside of the US as well. They are so confident that their jewelry will not tarnish that they have a 2-year warranty on their jewelry. So like if you're unsatisfied within 2 years, you can like return your jewelry, which I think is amazing because again, it's just like for jewelry that doesn't tarnish, their prices are like unbeatable. I'm overwhelmed. Like there's so many pieces that like I want to buy from Ana Luisa. Like they're so stylish and like so kind of like in and trendy. So I'm very surprised by their price point. You can check out the link below in my description. You can get 10% off your first order. I'll leave all that down below, so check it out. And let me know if you at some point like you would be interested in me sharing like my jewelry collection. I've been kind of really into that. I've been watching a lot of jewelry videos on YouTube myself, so if that's something you're interested in, just let me know. So yeah, let's rewind a little bit back to the beginning of February. I think it was February 5th. This is the moment that kind of like kicked off my, I don't want to say obsession, but just general increase of interest in jewelry. I went to Fitzgerald Jewelry in Williamsburg to get my ring resized and started looking at wedding bands there. I didn't really see anything I loved there, but they were great and they resized my ring for me. They said that they were gonna have it done in 2 weeks. They had it ready in 1 week, which was amazing. It is like slightly, just like a hair too big still. I believe that I sized it down to a 5.75, and when I went to get my ring finger measured for my wedding band, it's a 5.5. It is winter and I want to give a little space for my fingers to swell. So maybe next year or like in a year or two, and kind of like reevaluate. I can always get it sized down like a little bit more, but I also feel like as you get older, like your fingers grow. So as long as there's just, you know, some friction as I'm taking it off, I'm good. So then February 10th, my veil came. I ordered my veil. It came. I will add my veil to my wedding Etsy shop. I'll also link my wedding Etsy shop down below. I'm not going to add it until after I get married just because I don't want to like give away the look, so to speak, but I will definitely add it. I'm obsessed with the veil. I took a moment to like try everything on, so let's cut to that footage really quick. So really quick, I have my veil, I have my shoes with the updated size, and I have my dress. And my hair has like a slight wave in it. So I have an appointment to get my dress altered in 2 days. So I just wanted to take a moment and try everything on at the same time to just make sure it's like the vision that I want, because I haven't done that yet. Once that's done, I will feel good about sending my dress off. So I'm gonna do that. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm so nervous. Okay, I love it. I have to marinate on these shoes again though. But the good news is, the most important thing really is that I love the veil with the dress. So that's great. That's a relief. Shoes are an easier thing to do. It might be fine. I just kind of have to like marinate on it a little bit because yeah, I just have to marinate on it a little bit. I'm gonna order the invitations today, and people are starting to buy gifts on our registry, which is very exciting. I love getting gifts. Okay, I am on Zola, and I'm going to order these invitations and just like double check everything. Me, Jean-Luc, and my mom all love the design and everything, so we're good to order. It's just like, I hope I don't make a mistake, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna kind of like really double check this. Okay, I just ordered them. I'm so nervous about it, but yeah, I guess I can check that off my list and add send invites to the list, even though I won't technically be doing that, but I have to get all of like the addresses compiled. Always take time to look for coupons, because I found a 40% off coupon. It went from like $175 to like $108. So that's amazing, because spending money on invitations to me it's hard for me to be okay with for some reason. It's like one of those things I'm like, this does not need to be an expense. So I'm happy that money was saved there. Wow, I feel great, I think. I'll feel better once I see them and they look good. Oh my God. I double checked them so many times. So yes, then February 12th, I found out that my ring was ready on time, which was great because I had an appointment with Alterations, Bridal in Williamsburg. So I went and I swung and I picked up the ring and then went to get my alterations done. So I packed up this like massive 29-inch suitcase. I wanted the dress to have room to breathe. I wanted everything to have space. So I packed my veil, I packed my shoes, I packed my dress. I went off to pick up my ring and go to my first alteration appointment. Alterations are expensive, by the way. Alt Bridal in Williamsburg is great. They had a great playlist. Like they played the Cher version of The Winner Takes It All, and I just knew that it was the right spot for me. They played so many other like amazing songs. I was vibing. It was a great appointment. So my next appointment is at the end of March, and then I think I'll have one more after that. I also brought in my rehearsal dinner dress just to kind of take it in like a little bit. It was a little big on the top for me. Those dresses are there now. I feel great. Honestly, not having my wedding dress in my possession, it's too much pressure. I don't want anything to happen to it. I don't want Jean-Luc to see it by accident. So I feel nice that it's like somewhere safe that is not in my small little Brooklyn apartment. I finally made the decision with the shoes. I had purchased these beautiful shoes from Dolce Vita Anthropologie. They just were not the right color. I'm not too stressed out about the shoes. I think I'm gonna wait till I get my dress back to get the shoes, just so I can like try everything on together. I'll make sure that they're the same height, obviously. Maybe I should buy them. You know what? I should probably buy them before my next alteration appointment, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna get on that. But I have been putting together like Pinterest boards with dresses and veils that are similar to mine and looking at like what shoes people are wearing, and I think I have an idea. So then after that day, a few days later on Valentine's Day, February 14th, Jean-Luc and I went to Brilliant Earth to pick out our wedding bands. It was really nice to do this together. The tasks that I've been doing for the wedding that involve like going out have been, you know, revolving around my look. So Jean-Luc has not been a part of that, and like same thing, like he's gone and he's gotten his wear for the day and I was not a part of that, obviously. And then like everything else we've kind of just been doing like at home together. So it was nice to like go out and like do something special revolving around our wedding. We chose our bands and we're in the process of ordering them. I love Jean-Luc's ring. It's very special male wedding ring, because I feel like men's wedding rings are kind of boring and his is not. I'm very happy about his decision. Later this month, later in February, on February 22nd, I went home to celebrate some of my family's birthdays. Like my mom and my stepdad have February birthdays, and then my niece also she turned 10. can't. So I went home to celebrate. And on the way, I stopped by my cousin's house. She had my grandma's wedding dress. And I had this idea that I wanted to make my Nana's wedding dress into a robe for me to get ready in on the day. And so she was like, why don't you come by and just like try it on, you know, wear it before I essentially destroy it and make it into something else just so you can, you know, try it on. I did. And it was extremely surreal. I've seen so many photos of my Nana like in her wedding dress, and trying it on with like her little headpiece and veil was just like, it was a very surreal, kind of emotional moment. And you know, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't see why I would ever really wear this dress in that form again. So I did decide to move forward and have it made into a robe. Laura took my measurements, my cousin Laura. Thank you, Laura. And so she'll probably have the robe ready in and around like April. I'm really excited. I will show a little side by side here. So Jean-Luc, if you're watching, look away. This is my grandma in her wedding dress, and this is me in her wedding dress. It's wild. That's all I'm gonna say. It's wild. And then some other updates, I guess. We had this 90-day call with our venue. They have like a 90-day call to check in, and they also have like a 30-day visit. So it's like 90 days before and then 30 days before. On our 90-day call, we discussed like day of timeline and like due dates for things like food orders and like seating charts and like stuff like that. The main thing with the timeline is obviously making sure that like we have enough hair and makeup artists that will be able to get everything done by the time that we need. So it's going to definitely be like a tight schedule. We're going in at 10 a.m. and ideally we would have our pictures, like the bridal suite pictures, taken at like 2:30, and then our ceremony's at 4. So honestly, I think it's fine. I don't know. I feel like I'm just not stressed about it. Producing film, like we've gotten ready a lot quicker, you know. It's the woman doing my makeup. I've worked with her on film before, so like I just know that she's such a pro. Like she's done fashion weeks and stuff. I'm just not concerned. Maybe I should be. I don't know. Another, like the main timeline thing that Jean-Luc and I are running into, which is not like a huge deal, is like Jean-Luc really wants to participate in the cocktail hour, and our photographer actually recommended extending our cocktail hour by a half an hour to make sure that Jean-Luc and I have enough couples photos together, because we're not doing a first look. We want the first time we see each other to be like as I'm walking down the aisle. After the ceremony, we'll have some photos with family, and then we'll go off and take our photos, just the two of us together. The photographer said, you should extend your cocktail hour by a half hour. The venue was like, why don't you split the difference, extend it by 15 minutes? And Jean-Luc is like, I want to participate in cocktail hour. And I'm just like, cocktail hour is made for us to take photos. Like we can have people bring us food, but I don't know how much like chatting we're gonna do. Photographing the two of us is definitely the priority of the cocktail hour. Jean-Luc mentioned like we're not a stranger to having our photo taken, so maybe we'll just hit our marks and finish early. Who knows? We have like a lot of inspiration photos and stuff, so we'll see. But I definitely don't want to rush the photography. Like that's a very important thing for me. Obviously, we're gonna have these photos forever. Kind of just finding the balance of that is the major kind of like timeline consideration, I would say. Some other things, the bridesmaids and flower girl dresses, we've been in the process of getting those. I'm using Azazi, which is like this online place that you can get your bridesmaids dresses. They also have the flower girl dresses, junior bridesmaids, and then like groomsmen attire, pocket squares and bow ties and ties. Everything is like the same color and it's coordinated, and that, as I mentioned earlier, like I'm very visually like anal, so it's nice that like the one spot has everything the same like color and material. I was a little nervous, honestly, just because like the bridesmaids dresses are like about $100, which is on the cheaper side. So I was a little nervous. I was like, is this gonna be bad quality, you know? But I went and I checked it out in person. My friend Steph got hers. It definitely needs to be like steamed, but it's good quality. It's a nice, for like a silk kind of material. It's like thick and like nice. I think it's satin. Stephanie's main thing, she was like, I just want to make sure it's like it's a little lighter because I'm going like champagne gold kind of route for my bridesmaids, and she was like, it's a little lighter. I just want to make sure it's like not too close to white, but like I actually think it's quite chic having like light champagne. They're in the process of like doing their like online try-ons and ordering their dresses. I think my flower girls have their dresses, and then my junior bridesmaids also have their dresses. And yeah, as I mentioned, Jean-Luc picked out what he's wearing. He went with my man of honor and our officiant Taylor, who introduced us, which is great because those are the two people that know what I'm wearing as well. They went with me for dress shopping, so it's nice to know that like the people going to like pick out what we're both wearing, like know what each other's wearing. It's just kind of nice to know that they have eyes on both of us. Bridal shower updates. My bridal shower is in about a month. I'm very excited. I don't really have updates on this because I'm not allowed to be involved with planning it at all. I did make a playlist, however, and it slaps. It is like a playlist for the girlies. I can link it down below if you want. It's just like a great playlist to just like girly pop out to. So I'm very proud of it, and I've been listening to it on the reg, and I'm working on finalizing my look. I've had the dress for a while. I've had the shoes for a while. I'm kind of thinking about jewelry. I have like a little headpiece I'm thinking about wearing. So I ordered the headpiece. It came. I have to try it on with the look. So just kind of finalizing that as well. I've been tracking the invites and the RSVPs. They've been coming in. About like 30 people have RSVP'd so far. It's been really fun. I'm like, oh, what food did they get? And like, what songs do they recommend? It's really fun. I have the Zola app, which has been really easy in like tracking everything. We've gotten enough no's that our venue has a 100-person capacity, including me and Jean-Luc. And so we've gotten enough no's now that like this kind of issue with like the guest list is not going to be an issue anymore. Anyone that was kind of like on our B list is going to be invited. That's like a huge relief, but also like the people that aren't coming we're very sad about. So it's kind of like a you know, that kind of a thing. It's also really nice to see the registry items being purchased, kind of knowing that at any moment somebody could buy us a gift. I'm not gonna lie, it's very exciting. I love gifts. Also got very specific with the meal choices as per my mother and Jean-Luc's request. Instead of just saying chicken, steak, fish, vegetarian, like we're outlining like demi-glaze, steak, whatever. I'm a vegan, so I don't really know or care, but I just thought it was important to mention that like on the RSVP, which we're using a QR code for, it's just like you do the QR code and you RSVP online. The options are like really described in great detail. It's gonna be good food, which I feel like is, to be honest, kind of rare for a wedding. The QR code has been actually really easy, by the way. There has been like one aunt is like, can you just do this for me? And it's like, of course, like what meal do you want? Like it's not that hard to RSVP for somebody. They just text you. If you're thinking about doing like a QR code only RSVP, I would definitely recommend it. It's so easy to track. With Zola specifically, very streamlined process, very easy. Everything is in like one place. It does it for you. Love that. We have also booked a rehearsal dinner the night before. It's like a 5-minute drive from the hotel. That is like our recommended hotel that we have blocks booked out for. The rehearsal dinner is going to be from 5 to 8, and then we'll have welcome drinks. The welcome drinks are kind of listed on our wedding website for everybody, so they can come kind of trickle in after the rehearsal dinner. We don't have an actual rehearsal, which I'm kind of nervous about, just in terms of like the music. Like we're gonna have live music, but I guess they wouldn't have come to the rehearsal anyway. So Stephanie, who is my bridesmaid, who has been to and been in a lot of weddings, suggested literally doing a rehearsal in the parking lot, and we might do that, or just like do it like in the actual restaurant. I just feel like having people walk through, although we do have 2 day of coordinators who like own the venue that are going to be like on top of that, and they're very like detail oriented, and I trust that like they'll be able to like wrangle everyone. But I just want people to kind of walk through it at least once and like have it in their bodies. The after party we decided to just have at the hotel. There's like a really nice patio in the hotel. Looking at the restaurants around, like I actually think the patio that the hotel has is a lot nicer than any of those, and that way, you know, it's like we avoid drinking and driving, whatever. Like it's just take the shuttle back, you're at the hotel, we'll all chill there, it'll be great. And also the bachelorette party has been scheduled. It's gonna be like 3 weeks before the wedding. It's gonna be in New York City where I live, so I don't want my friends to have to pay for hotel if they can't, or like pay for travel. I personally think that like bachelorette trips are obnoxious. I said it. It's a lot of money. It's like people spend thousands of dollars on these. I don't want to ask someone else to do that, and I don't want to spend it. So we're just gonna have maybe like a little spa day in New York City, have a little dinner, go out, see like a drag show, and then do some karaoke. And then option, if people want to stay at a hotel overnight, they can, and then get like a little brunch the next day. But also people can go home to their free homes and then come back for brunch if they want. So I don't know, maybe it's because I'm an artist and I have a lot of broke friends, but like I just don't really want to have people be spending like a ton of money on my bachelorette trip. And then just some miscellaneous kind of updates here. I had a nice session with myself to calculate kind of how much we should be tipping each vendor, something to start thinking about now, considering how each vendor is going to be tipped. Do they do Venmo? If somebody owns their own business, like, do I need to tip them, etc.? So just kind of, I had a little session where I figured that out and sent to my mom, and we discussed. It's an ongoing conversation, but I think it's good to start thinking about now, just so we can like budget for it and plan for it. I did get wedding insurance, event insurance, boring, but it's been done. Also scheduled my hair trial. Makeup trial is pending. My makeup artist lives in Rhode Island, but she comes into New York a lot for like work. So just kind of trying to like schedule that and figure it out. Also taking a trip to Hilton Head, which is where Jean-Luc is from, in April, like right after the shower. So that'll be really, really nice to do before the wedding. Just spend some time with his parents because they live farther away than mine do. I'm also thinking about getting a spray tan. And by thinking about it, I mean, I'm gonna get a spray tan. I have never gotten a spray tan. I just tried self-tan on my legs for the first time. I use so little that like you can't even see it. I'm happy being pale. It's my natural skin tone. Like I don't know. I've never had the desire to alter my skin tone. But because it is my wedding day, I mainly just want my skin tone to be like even throughout. Like my dress, you do see a little bit of my leg. So I don't want my leg to like look purple. You know what I mean? So it's not even to darken my skin so much as just like even everything out. So it will be like the slightest tint of tan, especially because you're wearing white. You know, I don't want to be like washed out. But yeah, it won't be anything like drastically darker than my natural skin tone. So I might do like a test for that at some point with my bridesmaid Steph, my high school bestie. Yeah, and as I mentioned, I've been using the Zola app and the My Registry app, which is where we're registered, and it's just made everything a lot easier to kind of check, and it's just fun to like wake up every day, even if there's no new like registry orders or like RSVPs. It's just fun to like look through it and like see what's been ordered and who's RSVP'd and just like get excited for it. And then this just in last night, my mom was like, hey, I really, really want to get this like cannoli and cappuccino cart. Is it okay? I'm like, yes, like obviously. We will be having this coffee cart from cocktail hour through the end of the night, and then they also do cannolis. They're called Happy Baristas, by the way, if you want to check them out. They do like this like unlimited like cannoli cart. It's a very cute cart, kind of goes with the aesthetic of our wedding, which is like barn and like a little like vintagey, I guess. We're also going to do the rotary phone voicemail guest experience, and then just have a bunch of like disposable cameras for people to take photos of. We're not going to do a photo booth. I just feel like the photo booth in our venue is tacky. Our venue is very rustic. It's very like, as I mentioned, like a little like vintage feels. Like having the rotary phone, that makes sense. The disposable cameras make sense. The cannoli cart makes sense. It's all coming together. Jean-Luc and I are going to be sitting down this weekend to talk about ceremony, talk about music, other things, logistical things. Yeah, I guess I'll keep you updated on that. I think the next episode will likely just be my bridal shower episode. I kind of want to like give my camera to like one of my friends and have them go around and have people say nice things about me. We'll see, but I think that'll probably be the next episode, and then maybe we'll do another update. That's my little wedding update. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Once again, if you want to check out Ana Luisa's jewelry, I will leave the link down below for you to do that. Yeah, I'm getting excited. It's like it's becoming real. I don't think it's gonna feel real until the day, honestly. It's just like one of those things that it's just like a very surreal thing getting married. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will have more book content coming up this week, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.